Hi everybody, Ben here from Art Less Ordinary. So tonight I'm going to do my first pour on MDF. So I put one coat of gesso over it. I don't know if I really needed to or not, but I did this time. I brought the wood a while ago and I just hadn't painted on it. I was a bit too scared to, but I am going to do my unique swipe. I haven't really named it yet. So this is dried now. So it's dried really well. I hope you can see the colours in it. So I used to do a lot of these before. I've got quite a few that I put away. I've done reds and yellows, greens and purples like this one. I've done blues. I can't really think, but I've done quite a few different colours. But I am going to try it on this wood. So it's going to look a little bit different because it's only a tiny little bit less wide. No, less. It's a bit less that way, but it's longer that way. If that makes sense. So this wood, I think, is 30 centimeters by 60 centimeters. So it's going to be a little bit more, slightly different. But I think that will be good. I'm kind of looking forward to it. I've been nervous about doing this, but I thought just do it. Once you've done it, then you'll want to do heaps more. So what I have is I've got titanium white and pewter, which are the same colours I used in the other one. Then I wanted a pink and a purple, but I find that I wanted the colours to be slightly different. So I mixed, and I hate pronouncing this one, quinacridone magenta that I mixed with titanium rose. So an opaque and a transparent mixed together, so it'll be more opaque than transparent once they're mixed. So that is then the pink colour. And in the purple colour, I have the permanent light violet, which is the same as the other one, but I've mixed that with dioxazine purple. I'm not even going to pronounce things. That one. That's going to be easier. And that's another transparent mixed with an opaque. So I'm hoping that I get quite cool results. I just wanted to try to do something a little bit more deeper in colour, but the dark colours won't show up on the black, and the light colours don't always show very well in the camera. So I thought if I mix them together, so it's kind of given me a purple colour, and the pink. I probably could have had these colours in a different mixture, but I don't know, I just thinking do it. So there's that purple and that pink. They look quite good together. Purple and pink always go well together. Here is the pewter and the titanium white. These ones, I'll get my bit of paper so I know for sure. So these ones I mixed up as 10 grams paint and 25 grams floetrol. So a 2.5 to 1 mix of these four colours. And then I've got, and they're all holcroft. The black is my eraldo paulo black, which I have mixed 4 to 1 with floetrol. So I did 2 cups of 35 grams of paint and 140 grams of floetrol, but I may not end up using both of them. I thought it's a colour, it's one I use quite frequently, so I made up 2 cups worth. So they both have 35 grams paint, 140 grams of floetrol, so there's a fair bit of paint here, but I wasn't sure how much was going to take to cover the board. Also, I don't have a drip tray that this will fit. So I'm just going to have to let it drip onto my plastic tablecloth thing, and then when it's finished and dried, I'll just wrap it up, throw it away. I've got a whole roll of the tablecloth, put another new one down. It's getting to the point where I probably could have done with the new one anyway. So that is my plan. Am I recording? Yes, I am. Alright. And I've got my swipe cards, which are just paint cards. I thought they would be quite a decent size. Sometimes it's hard to know whether I want to do the thick ones or thin ones, but the hardest part is going to be when I put the black on and then I tilt a little bit. I'm just so used to tilting over a tray, I'm just going to have to tilt straight over onto this, which I may pause and come back once I've actually covered the board. Otherwise it makes it a very long video. Okay, and I'm back. So I've covered it in the black. It's not as easy as it is on a canvas, I can tell you that now. So I just slightly tilt it to level it out a little bit. I think that's good. It's a little bit harder. The canvas kind of feels like it self-levels a little bit on a canvas, and this is a little bit more difficult. So what I may do is, I'm going to give it a quick torch just to make sure there's no air bubbles. Roll. This torch always goes funny with the new gas bottle. So, that's it. Now I better just get my paper towel ready. And then, here we go. So one thing, when I first make these up, you want to squirt a little bit out. Well, nearly dropped it. First. Yeah, because the first bit always has a bit of floetrol in it. So it comes out milky. So, how am I going to do this? So I'm going to do the T like I was doing before. Yeah, that was a bit milky too. Then go the white. And then we go some silver. Oh, pewter. I know I've got a silver around somewhere, but I moved it and now I don't know where I moved it to. So like normal, put the card over the front of it and pull it across. So I'm not going to push down, I'm just going to glide it across. Because this is wood, I worry if I push down, I'm going to get to the actual wood panel. So you try not to actually hit the wood panel. And the canvas kind of gives you a little bit of give. I don't think the wood would. Does that make sense? There we go again. So this colour is actually looking quite good, the pink. So you don't have to put it in these little squirty bottles. It's just a lot easier and quicker. And as you go, you tend to speed up once you get in the rhythm of it. So over the top, just let it touch. And slide it across. So with these ones, I always go all the way to the edge. I don't do the ghosty part. Now that we're getting a little bit lower, I won't do the actual T. I'll just do the line. I only do the T so then I've got enough paint to get all the way to the edge. And if you wanted to do thinner cards or thicker cards, that would work fine. These ones are slightly thicker than the other one that I did. Not a lot, just a little bit. So again, over the front of it. And drag it across. Now I'll step it back up. And I'll go back to the T. I never used to do a T, I used to just do a line. But I found I get a little bit more better coverage when I do a T. You just want the colour to reach all the way to the bottom. Sometimes when you don't go all the way with the T, it started getting a bit washed out by the end. So again, put it over and drag it through. So these are really fun, and they're really different. Like, I don't see... So when I call this my unique swipe, somebody may have done one before, but I've never seen one done. So when I first started doing them, to me it was quite new and unique. So that's just why I called it that for the moment. They're different to whatever else I've seen. And that's the thing, yeah, it's actually hard to always think of new ideas because there's so many different pauls out there, and it's actually not that easy to think of a new one. But I thought this looked different. I hadn't done this, I hadn't seen anyone, so I was quite pleased with my efforts. So I am a little bit taking my time because I haven't done it on the wood, and I'm trying to do this as a really good instructional video so then others can do it as well. And do a longer T because I want that paint to reach all the way down. Who knows if it makes a huge difference or not, but it's just what I do. We don't always have reasons why we do things, we just sometimes do it when we do pours. And I could do another one time with adding 2 colours, not just the pink, but add pink and purple onto it. But I kind of like it how it's like this. So I'm going to get definite little streaks with this one, side streaks. So that's the thing, when see how at the end it gets a little bit more washed out because you're pulling it so far? Doesn't worry me in the slightest. It's what makes it different. I don't think I'll go any higher up, otherwise I'm gonna... Oh, or should I? Maybe I'll try to. It's not always easy doing it when you do it this high up. Because then you haven't really got a spot to do the other side. But we'll see. Now it gets to this point where you got to start trying to judge how many cards you're going to get before you reach the end. Because it does look better when it's more evenly spaced the whole way across. Okay. So that one's got a slightly bigger gap, which I didn't plan for, it just happened. So I reckon I'll get another 2 more on here. Whoops. I dipped my hand in the canvas here. So yeah, I'm really excited about using this wooden board. The ply, what was it? Oh, I can't even think of its name now. It's been a long, long day. Get that right out of the way because it's getting in the way. Alrighty. So we're getting close to being halfway through. You don't have to sit here and watch the whole thing if you're not interested. I do give tips as I paint. So sometimes it is beneficial to actually watch the whole thing and listen, but it's up to you. Okay. So as you can see, there's not a lot of paint used really. The black is probably the main thing that gets used, and usually we all have extra black somewhere around. Fantastic. We'll just get rid of that card too and get rid of this. Maybe we'll put that there for our scraps. Oh, sorry, after being bent over a little bit, it's a bit of a stretch to try to stand back up. Okay, now I got to rotate this around. Have I got it even? Yep. So everything's still in, yep, still on the camera, you can see it there. Cool. And if you don't have these little cards, you can use that many things to swipe with. You can use plain cards, you can use plastic that's been cut. I just find these are a pretty good weight, so that's why I use these. I'm going to take out the first bit. Yeah, milky. No, we don't want milkiness. Alrighty. Still a little bit milky. It shouldn't really be an issue. I just prefer it not to be. So I think that I'm going to be super happy with this once I'm done. So try to keep my line, that line's a little bit wonky. Try to keep your lines a little bit straighter. Once I get my proper art room, it will be easier. I've got a bit of paint containers on the floor and it stops me from putting my feet in the position I really want them to be in. Plus I'll have a bigger room, so I'll have the table in the middle of the room, so that will make things a lot more better. There we go. So some colours don't show up on the camera as good as others. But this is a nice purple, this one, with the two colours mixed together. I'm really liking the pink. I always like purple, so no point me saying how much I love purple, because I love purple. Ooh. I don't like re-swiping things, but I wonder whether I should. Yeah, sometimes you got to be a little bit careful when you re-swipe something. Other people might be better at re-swiping. I am not. I find if I re-swipe, I mess things up, but that still looks okay, so I'm not going to fiddle with it. I'm just going to leave it as is. My card's getting a little bit funny, so just do this little tiny bit, which might not even show very much. No, I didn't think it would. I hope I'm not boring everyone. I just want to show you the whole process, talk about how it's done while I do it, so then everyone has an opportunity to do their best to recreate things. So that's slightly wider than the card. That's okay. Well, my little swipe piece of paper down here has got some really nice cells in it. I'm going to stop using that card. It's gone a little bit soggy. So see, I did that a little bit wider, so it's got the two lines. Not too bad, because you get that in other bits too. Probably would have been better if it was purple and not white. But it's art. It's unique. Doesn't have to always be perfect, otherwise we would just go buy a print from the shop and not actually paint ourselves. That's the best part about doing this art. It's going to be slightly different. Now this one's still a little bit wide. I think I'm going a little bit too wide with my paint line. Oh. So, a few more swipes and we're done. I hope everyone actually is enjoying this. I'm really excited. I'm really happy. And it's on a piece of wood, so that makes it slightly different again. A little bit unique for me. Alright, just standing up for a second. Make sure my back doesn't go too much out of whack. Two swipes to go. And don't always rush it. Last thing you want to do is do a really good piece and then right at the end make a mistake. I'm not going to fix that. So I don't know whether it was my card that wasn't even or whether the black paint underneath was a little bit uneven. That gave that little gap there and there. Again, fluid art. No one said it had to be perfect. And you know what? Sometimes the imperfections are what actually make a piece great. Even if it's not really it's not really an imperfection. It's just a handmade piece of work that has its own little quirks here and there. Just like us people. I know I can be a little bit quirky. Alright, last swipe. Awesome. I should remember to wipe my palette knife straight away. So I haven't scraped the bottom, so I might just quickly do that. I don't know how much there's going to. There's a little bit, not a lot, but if I was doing a pour, I would be a little bit more concerned. But there is a couple of drips there that would have showed up. get it? Yeah. And how's that side? That side's okay, and it's too hard for me to get to without moving all those bottles, but there's no drips anyway, so. Ta-da! I like this, how it's extra wide. So, I wouldn't really want it to be too much wider that way, because as you can see, by the time you get to the end, you lose the cells and it gets a little bit more washed, more mixed colour. So, if it was wider, I think you would get that a lot more. So being this narrower shape, it's good, but having it longer gives you the chance to kind of do a little bit more of the zigzag pattern. Awesome. I could not be happier right now. I can be a little bit self-critical of my own work, but at the same time, you also got to try and love your work too, because you don't want to always be self-critical and then you don't like anything and you're getting rid of it all. You want to love things and go, you know what, I did that, and I don't know about you, but if you're watching videos like this, you're probably not an expert artist that has done art for 50 years and you're a master at everything. So just turn around and go, you know what, I did pretty darn good, and just enjoy what you've actually created, because we are our own enemy when it comes to being critical. But I think sometimes you just got to go, you know what, I think that looks awesome, and I do think this looks awesome. I love that pink. So I'm going to pause, bring you down for a close-up, and then that will be it. Okay, so there it is from a distance. In the camera, that pink isn't as dark, and neither is that purple than what I see. Can't wait to get a camera that actually shows the colours a bit more better. But the pink is really good. The pink is actually giving me a lot more defined cells before it goes a little bit washy. There we go. Pink's done really, really good at giving me nice defined cells. The purple does start off too, but washes out a little bit quicker. Even on the shorter ones, it washes out a little bit quicker than the pink. But that is fine. Oh, look how cool that is. I'm going to focus, yep, there we go. Come down, so I think the purple, the silver shows up more. And in the pink actually shows up more. There is silver cells in there, but I think they show up a little bit more in the purple colour. And there we got these side blobs, which, change the camera angle, which is just the paint coming off the side of the card. So this is it. Got to back up a bit further than normal to get it all in. So that is the unique swipe. I'll name it one day. But I hope you enjoyed it. I really had a great time doing this video. Oh, I love this one. Sorry, I got to show you this one. Yeah, the camera just doesn't show how good it is in my eyes. But yeah, like, subscribe, share, leave comments. I'd love for you to share this. Share this with your friends and other people that you're in art groups, because I'm sure other people would like to see how this is done, and I like to see what other people's interpretations of it are. Sorry it's a slightly longer the video than normal, but it's a bigger piece. So I will see you next time. Have a wonderful evening. Bye.